we've seen an increase in perception of risk. And so I think what you're seeing, as you often see when there's risk and there's uncertainty, is individual events can create mood swings, which arguably are bigger than they might otherwise be.
I think as far as the opportunities are concerned, I think a couple of things will occur. As I said before, I think London, for example, there will be some challenges there. I mean, particularly on the edges of London and some of the non-prime London assets. And I think you will begin to see repricing of some assets that are perhaps on the fringes of prime.
It's going to be 5-7 years before we really get through the other side of this. So you've got to move forward. So you've got to help people, if you're us, to form strategies that build in the flexibility for a whole series of different events over that period. So you've got to be quite sophisticated, you've got to be quite thoughtful, and you've actually got to join with landlord partners that can work with you to achieve that.
Occupier demand still seems to be quite strong, but there's obviously concerns over the economy and the impact that Brexit is going to have. So I think our clients, both occupiers, developers and landlords, are just being very cautious and considered in their approach.
The key challenges is going to be in the occupier market, again, just giving them confidence that they should commit to larger spaces or new offices, and just we really need to see evidence of that coming through in the market.
I see the market slowing a little because of the uncertainty, but I think it will get back over the short period, because where are the options? Companies will, after they establish the level of uncertainty and come to terms with and what it means, which will take a little while, London is continuing to grow.
I guess it's the financial sector. Is that going to be more challenging over the next few years? Probably. I think there'll be a lot of rationalisation with different companies in the financial sector. But in saying that, fund managers have got opportunities now. Interest rates are so low, so they've probably got a bigger avenue than the banks at the moment. But the banks are probably the area that might be hit most.
I think that more so at the moment, research and information is just so important. And I think that it's very easy to be negative, and I'm not saying that you have to be over positive about things, but I think research has to be kind of matter of fact, and the figures need to be put out there for people to see. And I think more than anything now it's important.
You speak to quite a lot of our clients, and yes, there are risks we have to manage, but there's also opportunities out there. Having said that, the banking industry, is with the Brexit, there's passporting rights. There's a lot of uncertainty coming through there. What we would hope for is a transitional period, because obviously uncertainty is the thing that troubles us the most. But if we could have a transitional period, that gives us time to work out what will follow passporting. So I think we'll have to follow passporting if we don't go down that route.
The geopolitical positions have changed so dramatically in the last 12 months. You almost have to ignore them now as white noise until our government gets to a point whereby it actually has some clear strategy, which is quite clear to me. It doesn't.
We know that real estate is pretty pro-cyclical itself. So if the UK economy does okay, then the chances are that the regions will do okay. If the UK does worse, then the regions are going to do worse as well. So I think there may be an initial view which goes, oh, it's all about London. That doesn't seem right to me. There will be... What we have to find is a solution that works for the whole UK, and that means working for London and for the regions.